Teachers definitely deserve to be paid more. Why? Well, throughout many years of inflation and colleges' tuitions rising, teachers' salaries just can't catch up. Therefore, it's time to recognize their significance and pay them adequately. So, for my first point, just overall, today, well, it's the year 2020 and teachers still aren't getting paid enough. It's severely frustrating that we have that the teaching career seems like an easy way out in college when it's actually one of the ones that's really hard and isn't getting paid adequately. So one would think that with the passing of the time that their salaries are increasing. However, this is wrong because when it's adjusted to inflation, well, according to the National Education Association, over the past decade, the average classroom teacher salary has increased 15.2%, but after adjusting for inflation, the average salary has actually decreased by $1,823 or 3%. Also, most of the teachers are aware about this neglect, therefore, according to Luckwalt, more than 80% of kindergarten teachers, middle school teachers, and secondary school teachers say their job makes the world a better place, but all earn $45,000 per year. So we can draw to the conclusion that apparently making the world a better place is sadly not enough to merit a livable wage. For my second point, so yes, we've covered that teachers are underpaid and undervalued. However, that might not be the worst part. There are also just as worse effects of this mistreatment. Because teachers aren't being paid the right amount, teachers are turning to second, third, or other multiple jobs. When I was in high school, a lot of the teachers I knew had second jobs, and even when I went to a charter school. According to Shapiro and all, teachers are about 30% more likely than non-teachers to work a second job, and in some states, 1/4 of teachers work second jobs. Therefore, by not paying teachers what they merit, it drives students away from this honorable profession. I remember when I finally decided and I realized that the teaching career was in my future, I was always being second-guessed by family members, students, friends. Even some teachers themselves would ask me, "Are you sure that's what you want to do with the rest of your life? Why don't you become a doctor or a lawyer? Or something more, well, for lack of words, something that's paid better." And I realized that teaching or being a lawyer or being a doctor has all about the same merit somewhat. They all have a great impact on our society. However, only one of those is looked down upon because it's not paid justly. So authors Strauss and Caligari argue that by diminishing the value teachers put into their profession by underpaying them, it sends the message to further prospective teachers that this career is not worth all the studying, certifications, and preparations to become a teacher, which are lengthy. So you might be asking, well, what can I do to help? I'm just a student. I don't know how to help a teacher. So in order to help diminish the gap between value and pay in the teaching profession, we have to be vocal and responsible voters who put the needs of the community first. So one way to ensure a difference and ensure the quality of education of teachers would be by increasing their salary to a federal minimum of $60,000. Now, I know what you're saying, this sounds costly and just like your candidates have usually just been speaking into the air, but there's reason to back up this claim. Though this sounds costly, Ringelstein from Forbes explains that the federal government could fund all of 3.2 million American teachers' salaries at $60,000 annual base for less than $200 billion a year. So it's definitely possible. It's just we have to find somebody with the right mindset who actually cares about the community. So you actually can be part of this change. You can contact your district representatives. It's super easy. You just have to go to www.house.gov and you just put in your zip code and you find your representative for your district. You can actually call them or email them, voicing your concerns and why you feel like the teachers of your community, of your state, of your nation, obviously, feel like should be paid their worth. So it's evident that teachers aren't, being a teacher is not easy, and they should be paid as such. Teachers spend a grand amount of money and effort every day just to attempt to shape the youth into successful human beings. It is a right to not be neglected. And if that isn't convincing enough for you, just think about your favorite teacher in middle school, elementary, high school, the one that had the most impact on you, who made you a better person or a better student. Would you want them to be living a life that's not sustainable for them? Thank you.